Okay, so basically before we took the benchmark, we started learning about factoring and the FOIL method. And so what I'm going to teach you today is that sometimes there's special situations where you don't have to use the FOIL method. If you know the pattern, then you can just kind of see it in your head. Now, can you use the FOIL method anytime you want to? Yes, when it's a binomial times a binomial, okay? So everybody look at this first example. If I was to use the FOIL method, this is basically saying that you have 2 of the x plus 3's. Yes, I have x plus 3 times what? X plus 3. Y'all know anything to the second power means that thing times itself. Yes? Could I now do FOIL if I wanted to? Yes, so I'm just going to show y'all how this works right now. I'm not teaching you anything new. This is simply the FOIL method. So I would do x times x for first, which is? No, it is not. X squared. Now I would do outer. So x times 3. So plus 3x. And I'm going to do inner. 3 times x is 3x. And last, 3 times 3 is? If I simplify this, I can combine the 2 middle terms. Yes? And I'm left with x squared plus 6x plus 9. Does everybody agree? Nothing's new, right? That's what we have been doing. Yes? Okay. If you don't want to do FOIL, sometimes you don't have to. There is a pattern when you square something. So if you have a number plus a number squared, it will always be the first term squared plus 2 times these 2 numbers plus the last one squared. So let's see if that is what happens. So everybody look at the rule. It says you take the first one and do what? All right, did we get x squared right there?
Yes.
Okay. Then it says take 2 and multiply it by this and this. So what is 2 times x times 3? 6x. Is that what we got?
Yes.
And then it says take the last one and square it. So did we get 3 squared, which is 9?
Yes.
So what I'm teaching you today is there are special situations where you don't have to use FOIL. Sometimes you can see the pattern in your head. Now, if you want to use FOIL every single time on the homework tonight, I don't care. You can use FOIL because it will always work. Okay? But I just want to teach you guys how to do it like this. All right, so you take, this only works when you're taking this and squaring it. Yes? All right. Take the first term and square it. What's 2 squared? Guys, you have to square all of it. Remember the laws of exponents? So 2 squared x squared is what? 4x squared.
Oh, I thought it was like added to the... Oh, that's right.
Okay, what does the next one say we would do? We would take 2 and multiply it by this one and this one. So what is 2 times 2x times 5? Okay, let's do it slowly. What's 2 times 2x? 4x times 5. 20x. I'm going to say it again. Look at the rule. The second one says take 2 and multiply it by this one, then multiply it by that one. So we did 2 times 2x, which is 4x, and 4x times 5 is 20x. Okay. Then the last one just says take the last term and square it. So what's 5 squared? Good. Could I have just done FOIL?
Yes.
Could I have just done 2x plus 5, close parentheses, times 2x plus 5? Yes. Would I get the exact same answer? Yes. Again, I do not care how you do it. I'm just teaching you that there's another way for special situations. All right, this one. What's the first one say to do? Oh, wait, look, what's different about this one? This one is subtraction. So everybody look. When you subtract, are you going to do the exact same thing? Yes, except in being a plus sign, it's going to be a minus sign. That's all. All right, so here we go. Take the first term and square it.
25x squared.
25x squared, good. Instead of a plus sign, I'm going to put a... Okay, to get the next one, all you do is multiply 2 times this times this.
Maybe 10.
So here let's just do this. 2 times 5x is
10.
10x, and 10x times 2y.
Negative 20xy.
So we already have our minus sign, right?
Yeah.
So 20xy. And then the last one, you just square this. So what's 2y and then square it? Okay, but it's not going to be negative. Positive 4y squared. Again, guys, if this is confusing you, just do FOIL. If you get this, though, guys, if you actually get this, it's so fast. Like, it's way faster than FOIL. Yeah, absolutely, as long as you get it right. So if I was struggling, I would just do FOIL. All right, here we go. Using our new rules, I would do 3x and square it. 9x squared. I would take 2 and multiply it by 3x and y. No, we're not squaring it. We're just multiplying. Minus 6xy. And then this one would be squared, so plus y squared. For those of you looking at it like I have no idea what's going on, look, everybody look, you could do this. 3x minus y times 3x minus y, and you could go do FOIL. So first, 9x squared, outer, minus 3xy, inner, minus 3xy, last, plus y squared. Would you end up with the exact same answer? Yes. All right, here's this one. Using the new rule, square the first one. 9x squared. 2 times 3x is? I'm doing one thing at a time. So 2 times 3x is? 6x times 4 is? 24x. And the last one would be 4 times 4, which is 16. Does anybody like the shortcut method? The more you practice it, now when I first learned this, it took me longer because I went and foiled it first, and then I went and did it the other way to see if my answers matched. So yes, it took me longer, but once I got it and I knew that I was correct, this is so much faster. Photomath will check, I think it should check your answer for you. All right, on the back is just slightly different. This is saying when you have 2 terms, so what's different here is like the first one's an addition sign and the second one is a, so on the front they were the same, right? It was either plus plus or minus minus. On here it's one of each. This one's super easy because when you FOIL these, you realize that that middle term ends up canceling out. And you're just left with this squared minus b squared. Okay, so let's do FOIL and see it, and then we'll do it with the new rule. So everybody do FOIL on the first one. What's t times t? So that's first. Now outer. What's t times negative 5? Minus 5t. And then inner. What's 5 times t? Plus 5t. And then last, what's 5 times negative 5? Do you see how the middle 2 terms end up canceling out? Because you have negative 5t plus 5t, and that's gone. And you're just left with t squared minus 25. So basically, when you have the exact same terms on the inside of the parentheses, but one is a plus and one is a minus, it's just going to be the first term squared minus the second term squared. Because the outer inner will end up canceling out. Does everybody understand? So if I would have used this rule, it says take the first term and square it, which is t squared, and then minus the second term squared. 5 times 5 is 25. I got the exact same answer. Because when you do FOIL, the outer and inner, the 2 middle ones, are going to cancel out. All right, so this one would be x squared minus 100. So this one, it sounds like a lot of you think that this one's probably easier than FOILing. But this only works when the first 2 terms are the exact same And the second two terms are the exact same, and then you have a plus and a minus sign. All right, so this one, you have to square it. Not 3 times 2, but square it. What's 3 squared? 9x squared minus square it. Thank you. Y'all want to try the next one on your own?
Oh, you didn't even give us the second parenthesis.
All right, so you would have gotten 4x squared minus 1. What is 1 squared, Christopher?
1.
Oh, that's
One
why.
squared, one squared.
Yeah, 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1.
That's what that
Okay, look. This is a rule. Look at me. It's a rule. You would actually be doing the last times the last, which would be 1 times negative 1. That's why the rule says to put a minus sign. Okay. All right, shh, quiet. First one squared is x squared minus, no, it's not,
I can't see.
9. Oh my gosh.
9y squared. Okay, do the last one on your own. You should have gotten t squared minus 16. Okay, so what I want to explain to you guys is that on the assignment tonight, every single one of these you can do FOIL. We're not going to do all of it, so calm down. Every single one, you can either use the rule that you learned, or you can go on a separate sheet of paper. Guys, I need y'all to focus, please. And you can write out n plus 9 times n plus 9, and you can go use FOIL. Does everybody understand? I don't want any bad grades because you didn't understand it. If you want to use FOIL, but get a separate sheet to show your work. Does everybody understand? Okay, I'm going to pass. For your assignment, for homework, you're going to do the evens.
Extra credit, Pascal.
Do the evens. No extra credit. Do the evens. Does anybody have any questions before we move on? Okay, put that to the side.